Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm John Lazarus with Stories Matter and D&E Publishing. Everyone knows male authors have trouble writing female characters. There are entire Twitter accounts and subreddits devoted to boobs breasting boobily and tits titillating tittily. Even my own prose hasn't emerged unscathed, though in my defense, the women in my early novels were so two-dimensional only because none of them had speaking parts. But just like how we have to die in wars and fend off the sexual advances of our beautiful young secretaries, male characters in fiction don't always have it easy. There are a lot of things female authors get wrong about men, and I'm not just talking about the fact that most of us don't have six-packs, or the fact that we actually jack off a lot more than you think we do. In any case, it doesn't matter if it's a man writing about a woman who looks like a JV idol and talks like your mother, or a woman writing about a man with a Pringles can in his pants where his mommy issues should be. The key thing we'll focus on this video is author wish fulfillment. Bad writers fill their story with their fantasies. And I get it. You're at home, locked in an office. You've lubed up your nether regions because you're going to be sitting for a while and you don't want your skin chafing. You can't watch porn because it distracts you from your writing, but this erection, or lady erection, has got to take care of itself somehow. So you let those urges seep into your story. And now half your book is filled with archers with rippled backs and devilish eyes who won't even think about coming until the heroine finishes her character arc. We'll remember that men are actually pretty goddamn disappointing on this edition of Stories Matter. Today's video is brought to you by beef organ supplements. If you're a female in a relationship, it can be tough to figure out what to get your man. You've already got him enough leather accessories and ball shaving equipment to last a lifetime. And you're uncomfortable with the sex stuff he wants to try, and you've thought about outsourcing it to a hooker, but the ones online are all either too hot or too ugly. Well, why not try some beef organ supplements? Made from cow stomach, kidneys, colons, and lips, these supplements will boost your man's immune system, reduce adrenal fatigue, and help your body break down fruits. Warning, beef organ supplements should not be taken by anyone with type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, gout, arthritis, asthma, heart disease, or an upset stomach. There is a non-zero chance beef organ supplements contain cow brain and will lead to mad cow disease. Listen to your local Manosphere podcast for more information. Now, you might be asking, John, why are you doing this video? Aren't male characters in fiction doing all right? Well, that's true in the sense that this issue has gone underreported. In fact, it's such a largely ignored problem that it was really difficult to find online articles to copy advice from like I usually do when I make these videos. But the publishing industry is getting filled with more and more female authors. I was surprised how many female authors came in for pitch meetings at D&E, because our old office was located in a dangerous part of town and women got snatched off the street and thrown into panel vans all the time. My point is, this rise in female authorship has seen a reduction in veracity when it comes to male characters. I always felt bad having to tell a prospective author that she had great prose and plotting, but that she didn't understand males and male relationships. Especially because that also meant sending her back out onto Stinson Boulevard. So to all the prospective female authors watching this video, here are some tips to make your males a bit more authentic. Tip 1. Closely observe the men in your real life. Great writing comes from great research, so get to know your subjects. Record the conversations you overhear male coworkers having, or follow a stranger around and see what he does. On the plus side, unlike if the gender roles were reversed, it's not likely law enforcement will get involved. On the negative side, most men are starved for attention, and if you're even a little bit good looking, that man will advance on you sexually. Keep mace on you at all times, and if the law permits, a .38 or an equivalent sidearm with some real stopping power is even better. Tip 2. Don't be afraid to use stereotypes. My father used to say, stereotypes exist for a reason, and that's because they're 100% accurate. While I can't say I agree, there is truth in every stereotype. After all, look at this map of binge drinking rates in the United States. Perhaps archetype is a better word. There's a comfort that readers get from identifying that this character is the ladies' man, or this one is the sage. Not every character needs to be completely original or deeply sketched. Even in real life, most people are actually quite obvious and easy to decipher. Tip 3. Don't make them completely emotionless, unless they're sociopaths, which is only like 10% of the population. I think most women get the mistaken impression that men are unemotional beings. I know all of my wives thought so. But that's only because I was really wrapped up with starting D&E publishing when I was married to wife 2, and I was hiding affairs from wife 1 and 3. I think the trick, female writers, is to be sparing with your emotional reveals when writing your male characters. Some examples of this could include throwing a remote at the TV when the Islanders fail to take advantage of the power play, laughing when a frisbee hits a friend in the throat, a violent burst of tears during an orgasm. Tip 4. Male friendships barely count as relationships. Write them that way. A man can share an office with another man for years without learning his name. I mean, you'll never have sex with each other, so what's the point? And if society collapses and we need to hunt each other for food, knowing each other's names will just make things harder. If that seems insane to you, well, you're not thinking enough like a man. Male friendships after college exist only for a few reasons. To make business connections, to get access to secret societies, or to get time away from small children. In any case, don't write these relationships like you would female ones. The only time men might really open up with each other is if some sort of initiation ritual at those secret societies demands it. Tip 5. When in doubt, give them lots of flaws. And honestly, this should go without saying. Flaws are what make characters interesting. What doesn't make sense to me is that every girlfriend or mistress or wife, and even lots of the hookers I've been with, have never had any trouble pointing out my flaws. So this really shouldn't be a problem for female writers. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll leave you with this week's Author Quote of the Week. See you on the next one.